I'm going to find this one a little bit difficult. Bear with me. I'm quite upset about it. Why the hell do we have to drag Scotland into this mess for a start? No more BLTs for the United Kingdom. No more stuffed peppers, although I could give that one a miss. And no more cooking oils. Well, we know how much you like your fried food. But how can you have a BLT without a tomato? How can you have a stuffed pepper without the pepper? How can you have without the seed? I don't think I thought that one through, but anyway. Yes, there is a problem with your seed. Because of Brexit. Because old load of numpties back in 2016 decided to put that cross in the wrong box that they did. Now, I'm not talking about the old Norwegian Viking sperm. No, the designer sperm for test tube babies. Not at all. That was pretty much curbed at the end of the transition period. I'm talking about your seed for your tomatoes, a seed for your peppers and your rapeseed. Now, Brexit delays to seed imports could hit crop production, say the growers. This happens to be in The Guardian. Don't worry, I'm not going to read it word for word because that'd be silly. Now, the thing is, you see, the growers are already under a massive amount of strain, pressure, because of Brexit, but also because of the energy crisis. Now, we've seen greenhouse growers in the UK shut up shop. Not one, not two. We've seen hundreds of them who are growing tons and tons of peppers, for instance. Heated greenhouses. They couldn't afford to heat them. And then they had the issue regarding exporting them. Now, the strange thing in the United Kingdom is that we don't just import, we export our peppers. All right, and our tomatoes and stuff. So we grow the stuff in the United Kingdom, export them, then import a load more back. Obviously, it's just down to economic logistics regarding the companies having trade deals with each other. But there should be laws against this to reduce the amount of transit of food. And so the food ends up on the supermarket shelves fresher than what they currently are. Now, I know what they're going to say. Oh, but don't a lot of the growers, don't they actually grow a lot of the peppers, for instance, argument's sake, in the United Kingdom? Yeah. In glass houses in Spain and Morocco and places like that. This English owned. Well, the United Kingdom actually, God's sake, imported $32 million worth of peppers from Vietnam, $24.1 million from Spain, and $24.1 million from India, China $8.6 million, and France $5.17 million. This was back in 2022. Yet we're exporting them as well. Now this grower here, Tansmere, it's Airfield Nurseries, yeah, Tangmere Airfield Nurseries, and they produce approximately 68 million peppers each year. And their glass houses, they say here, cover an area of 105 acres and about 1 million pepper plants. The thing about them is they're not just in the UK; they're in Spain as well. So the thing is, though, you see, we've become so reliant on the importation of foodstuffs, haven't we? We've got no food security in the UK. We haven't really had any food security for 200 years, and it's been a downward trend. We end up starving to death 15 million Indian citizens to feed our troops during the war. Yeah, thanks, Churchill, lovely guy. Alright, so if anyone say you've got food security in the UK, they're talking a whole load of, Alex, they really are. Now, greenhouse growers in the UK are falling flat on the face. This was last year, this one was. And they're saying there will be fewer British tomatoes on the shelves. Soaring energy costs forcing growers to quit. But also Brexit. They can't even get the seed now. Now, I would say, why the hell aren't you producing your own seed? You've got the tomatoes. Surely you can do your own germination and stuff. And grow your own seed. from you got obviously you can't have contaminated seed. It can't be like crossed and stuff like that. If you're going to be growing, I don't know, Momandai or something like that, or super steak tomatoes, they got to be super steak. They can't be super steak. Yeah, they're that small because they look like cherry tomatoes, but they're super steaks. If you know what I mean. No, cross pollination is not very handy. It has to be done under controlled conditions. I don't see why these growers can't actually do this for themselves, but no, they import the seed. Obviously, it must be more cost effective to do so. Now, these growers here, they're being. This one's Lee Valley Growers Association, and there's loads in Hertfordshire and Kent. That literally, they're just literally been smashed to the ground. All these greenhouses, not polytunnels, greenhouses. Just because there's no money in it. And the same thing's happening with the apple, orchards for apples, what have you. Someone goes into cider, someone going to supermarket shelves, but they're importing flipping apples from France instead. But all these trees are being grabbed up in the UK and just literally eliminating our food security. And the problem with that is what happens in war. How do we feed ourselves during times of war if we don't have the ability to grow the food? If we don't have the ability to get the seed? War can strike at any time. If you haven't got the stocks of seed to use, well, how the hell are you going to grow it? We're not talking about a few little packets. No. From William Hills or whatever you call them. I don't know, seed grows or whatever. In the UK. No, they come in sacks. 25 kilos sacks of seed. To put in these seed drills. It's mind-numbing stupid what we've done to ourselves. Now, the problem for this particular situation is the fact that since I think it's the 30th of April, more checks came into play, and which meant that importers of seed had to get the seed checked, which takes time. Yeah. So vegetable growers in the UK have said that crops could be adversely hit this year after post-Brexit board changes result in delays to seed imports. This isn't necessarily going to affect this year's crop, although it could do, because we're talking about heated greenhouses. They'll probably be growing them as long as they've got enough light. Some food stuffs you can grow right over. Plus, some pepper plants you can actually keep them alive all year long, because it's actually a shrub. It's a tender shrub, little plant kind of thing. They just die every year normally because they just get too cold. It's not a native plant, is it, for the United Kingdom or here in France? Now, these post-Brexit changes result in delays in seed imports. The trade bodies representing the UK tomato and pepper growers said that the new rules to seed imports because of Brexit from the European Union were causing delays of up to 6 weeks for deliveries. The thing is, though, they need to get some of these seeds in the ground now, in August. They're disrupting their growing schedules and finances. Don't forget, they grow them on over the winter period, over the next 3 months, because they're quite a slow-growing plant, and they'll keep them safe over the winter, and that way they get their early peppers for you to have in your supermarket shelves. Now, the British Tomato Growers Association, the BTGA, so that the delays were threatening yields and reducing the profitability of growers, while the Cucumber and Pepper Growers Association, associations everywhere, said that the significant hold-ups were causing costly crop delays for some members. This is especially bad for rapeseed, because these checks are a bit like the checks that hit the Scottish potato seed growers, and they basically could not export into Northern Ireland or the European Union. They still can't. So I think they might be able to do Northern Ireland now because the Windsor framework, but there's big issues with it. Because we're talking about germ, as in like the germ in the seed, not germ as in we've got a bug. No, germ in the seed that can carry diseases. You see, so everything has to be checked and double checked, and they were so nervous about it during the negotiation and trade cooperation agreement. They basically said no, especially to potato seed, which really scuppered potato seed growers in Scotland. All of a sudden, they lost a massive chunk of their market. They were, don't get me wrong, in the EU, they grow a hell of a lot of potato seed, but they also were buying them from Scotland because we need a lot. We grow a lot of potatoes. Oh, Charlottes. Oh, they're very nice potato Charlottes. Oh. Anyway, So these post-Brexit rules that came, it was the 30th of April, came into force on the 30th of April and require import checks on a number of plant and animal products, and these take place at the Border Control Posts, the BCPs. Yes, Inland Border Control Posts. Probably one of them is at Sevington. Now, the rules mean that some of the higher risk seeds, ones more likely to carry bad germs, diseases, what have you. These include the tomatoes, the peppers, and the oilseed rape. Now, they now have to test everything. They've got to test the seed. They've got to make sure that it's not carrying anything. So they'll take samples, and they'll test samples in each consignment. Now, Dr. Phil Morley, the BTG technical officer, said that the UK testing could take up to 15 working days. It's too late. Now, some growers report a 6-week delay in seeds arriving in the British propagators from when they are actually ordered. You see, the thing is, they want the youngest seed they can possibly get. It's no good buying last year's, a year before seed. It's not going to germinate as easily as this year's seed. But they have to do little processes to make it actually a viable seed. Like some seeds require a period of time at a much reduced temperature, like putting it in the fridge or not freezer, but in the fridge to simulate the cold months of winter, and then basically tricking the seed into germination. So they've had to rejig their programs according to this. Now, Morley added that this has threatened food security, like every blooming thing else in the UK. Brexit as a whole has pretty much screwed the farmers, even though the 59% of the farmers did poll that they actually wanted the Brexit. They did. They campaigned for it. Fools, sorry, but, anyone who doesn't understand their own business are fools. Even if you are using importers and exporters and you're relying on what they're telling you. No, know your business. Tomato and pepper growers rely on import of seeds, all young plants, from the European Union. Now, obviously, if you haven't got the seeds, you haven't got the plants, you haven't got the food. So this will hit food security. It will put more demand on importing of foodstuffs from around the world, which means it's going to be even harder to actually ensure that the foodstuffs are in good order, let alone being a bit mouldy, because obviously they travelled God knows how far. This is just madness. This is just absolute madness. Now, Keir Starmer said during his campaign, make Brexit work. Make it work. Make Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson's.
We've got an oven-ready deal. Put it in the microwave.
What a load of crap that was. But anyway, make it work. How are you going to make that work? We're not holding the cards. No. The European Union is a rules-based system, and you have to follow the rules. And we no longer have a seat at the table, so we can't even manipulate the rules anyway whatsoever. We just have to suck it up. And abide by the rules if we want to continue importing and exporting to the European Union. So there's pressure being put on to the government saying we need some help. Now, last year, greenhouse growers, what have you, have tried to put pressure on the government saying we need some help. Government didn't come forward. No. Will they come forward this time? I would say there's more of a chance that they would. But there's nothing they can do. They can do the old sweet talking, but until we implement the Brexit trade deal in full, the Trade and Cooperation Agreement in full, nothing is going to get negotiated. There ain't going to be any tweaking anyway of the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. Maybe we can add some little tag-ons or something like that. Maybe we should actually implement the Trade and Cooperation Agreement in full so they actually trust us. Or trust the new government, because that is the hope. We all hoped that Keir Starmer was going to bring a breath of fresh air. I had my doubts after he said, make Brexit work. That was, to me, it's a clear oxymoron. It's moronic. Absolutely ridiculous. So, now, commenting on the seeds delays, Martin Emmett, who shares the NFU, National Farmers Union, Horticulture and Potatoes Board, we were talking about potatoes a moment ago, said that we've been warning of issues for grower businesses after the changes to the BCPs for several years. Now, the results of these concerns are now having a real-life impact on businesses' ability to operate and plan ahead for the next season. That's the thing. Farmers don't just plan for the next season. They're like 3 years plus ahead, depending on, obviously, the weather. They might find 1 year this crop's done well here. Can't plant it again here because, obviously, it would exhaust the land. Okay, we're having drought next year. Okay, we'll plant sweet corn, that sort of thing. And a lot of this is advised by the National Farmers Union or other organisations advising the farmers. Plus, the farmers, give them their dues. They know how to grow, all right? They just obviously don't know the business. Now, the British Society of Plant Breeders, what they do? They get... I don't know. Anyway, you tell me. Leave the comments down below. Said that hold-ups were also preventing crucial UK trials. This is the rapeseed. Yes, the oilseed rape variety that could help produce better crops. So they won't be a part of these trials, just like the fact that we're being cut off from the Horizon project. We got a foot in the door right at the last minute. You know, the ship had already sailed. No. The BSPB said on Friday, just gone, that seeds earmarked for the trial should have been sowed by the 10th of August. Gaps in the weather. No, it's the 14th now. Get them in the ground. Temperature's a bit cooler now. Not by much, but it's overcast, so more likely to get those seeds germinating. Now, Anthony Hopkins, I don't know if it's the same one, head of the policy at the BSPB. No, Silence of the Lambs, and that one, no. Said that oilseed rape is a crop under many pressures, and it's the UK growers and supply chains which stand to lose out if they're facing any more delays, etc., to grow the latest and best varieties. He said that's about competition, and we grow different varieties so they can actually be more resistant to certain diseases. Now, I'm a bit of a grower myself. I grow a lot of vegetables here. I've got a potager here. I do about 150 odd tomatoes and stuff like that. It's something more this year, but we grow a lot, and then we do a lot of canning and what have you. So basically, we've got hundreds of jars of tomatoes and peppers, and also roasted peppers. When you take the skins off and put them in jars, lovely. Oh, God, so good. So anyway, that's what we do here. Yeah, for us. So yeah, we like our food security, and we like homegrown food where the best that we can in the time that we've got to actually do it. Some things are just not practical. Peas, for instance, lovely if you're doing for salads and stuff, but actually grow them to actually store is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense because they take absolutely ages to pod. So yeah, to take out the pods and that, When you can buy a kilo of peas for just over a year and a half or something stupid, it doesn't make any sense, does it? None at all. But at times of war, well, then it'd make perfect sense to grow absolutely everything, but also to make sure that you actually hold seed back. Now, maybe these farmers will start doing this. These growers will start actually holding the seed back. They see there's going to be extra delays because delays cost money. Not just the fact that you're not getting stuff in the ground, but the fact is it costs more money anyway because there's all these checks to be paid for. So to me, it makes more sense just to actually collect the seed or have a division within your business to actually start collecting the seed for the following years and a way of storing it. Maybe it could be some kind of syndicate between all the growers to make more sense, to make it more practical, cost effective. You see, they don't generally work against each other. It's not really they're not really in competition, no, because the buyers want to buy as much as they get hold of, so it's not really an issue for them. So yeah, anyway, that's my little bit on the problems regarding the humble tomato, and the pepper, and the rapeseed, and other crops as well that have been affected by Brexit, and it's going to affect our food security today and it going into the future. These aren't things that we can easily sort out quickly. These are things that if we get hit by it hard, we just won't have anything. will have a few bits and pieces, and there'll always be somebody who cleans the shelves out. And those who might have bought the value products will find themselves buying the non-value products because they have to, and it just goes on and on. Before you know it, there's nothing on the shelves. We should be doing a lot more for food security in the United Kingdom, along with energy and everything else. Yeah. Maybe not breeding until we've kind of sorted out our social media and education in the United Kingdom, because it doesn't make a lot of sense at the moment. No. We were breeding a whole load of numpties, especially those in 2016. Yeah. Anyway, please beat the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel and the little bell icon, which is there somewhere. Because then you get one first thing in your pocket every time I upload another video. Hope you like my little video. Please comment down below. Oh my giddy hands, a bit long, wasn't it? Oh well, never mind. Toodaloo. I pressed the wrong button. That's what the missus said.